Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Nam- Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it possible for us to converge here in this workshop. We thank Him, we magnify His name. Today, we shall be talking about the Arobiyyah Al-Fushah, that's the Arabic native Arabic accent, how to speak Arobiyyah exactly like a native. So we shall be looking at important things, preliminary items, what you've got to know before digging deep, going into detail. So the first thing you need to know is that Arabic language is the best of languages. What Allah SWT has made. Allah SWT revealed the Quran in Arabic, and the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was an Arab man, and he said what means love Arabia for three reasons. The first of them is that I am an Arab man, and I am an Arab man, and this is evidenced in another hadith which says that you can't truly believe until you love me more than anyone else on earth. Okay, so and for the fact that I am an Arab man, so you should love Arabic language. You should be willing to speak it exactly like a native. Okay, so the second one is the second of them, the Quran was revealed because the Quran was revealed in Arabic, not in English, not in Spanish, not in Yoruba and so on. The Quran is was revealed to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu in Arabic, in Arabic language, purely in Arabic. And in a layman's term, the way the native Arabs would understand. Okay, even though we have some a number of complex words which need to be understood by according to the consensus or the understanding of the Salaf. Okay, the Sahabiya. Okay, so we can't just construe the Quran, the way, according to our perspective and something like that. It is not done, okay? So that's the reason we need to learn Arabic, to know how to speak it like native, so we understand the Quran better, and we know how to read other books written in Arabic. Okay, so now let's look at the second, item, and it says how to start your Arabic accent journey. So how do you start it? You started by knowing the letters, how to pronounce the letters effortlessly, how to articulate the Arabic alphabet, the letters, the sounds, the Arabic words, and so on. So how to pronounce them, enunciate them, properly, exactly the way the way the Arabs would pronounce them. So. So let's just look at the Arabic alphabets. In Arabia, there are 29 letters in the Arabic alphabet. Even though some scholars, they maintain the view, the view that the letters are 28, exclusive of Hamza. So if we were to include Hamza, then the letters would be 29 number, because Hamza is a part of the Arabic alphabet, and it has its own unique way of making up, being a part of a word. For example, Hamza is often plays on alif, so because alifs are of different, types. Alif, we don't have just single type of alif. We have Hamzatul Istifham, we have Hamzatul Wasl, and so on. Okay, so because the way we use them is different. I mean, the way we use them, in different ways. So Hamzatul Istifham is different to Hamzatul Wasli. Hamzatul Wasli is basically omitted in speaking. We don't pronounce it except if it comes at the middle of a sentence. As for Hamzatul Istifham, we always pronounce it, irrespective of where it comes, its position, in a sentence or in a word. So and so on. Inshallah, we're going to talk about that in the future. Inshallah. So let's quickly look at the Arabic alphabet. We have 28 letters, so 29 letters. So those are said scholars that maintain the view that the letters are 29. So, like I said initially, that they considered Hamza, they consider it as a letter, as an independent letter. It is some believe that it can be on Nubra. That is, it can be written alone on a line, or it can be deemed as an independent letter, or a letter that stands on its own. No, because it's meant to be on a letter. No, it comes with a letter, or it aids the enunciation of a letter. For example, we have yu'minun. So here we have waw and hamza. And in another narration, for example, if you were a reciter, reciting, using warsh narration, so you wouldn't say yu'minun, you would say yu'minun. So here we don't include hamza, we don't place hamza on the wall. So long story short, hamza is one of the huruful hijaiyah, and being part of the letters, we agree unanimously that the letters are 29. Okay, so now let's take a look at them one after the other. The first of them is alif. We don't say alif, we don't elongate it, we say alif. And we know how the change in sound, how we pronounce them when we place the vowels on them, or double vowels and so on. So if it is fatha, it says ah. If it is kasra, it sounds e. And if it is dhamma, it sounds u. Okay, so we know that sukun is a voiceless sound. It is voiceless. It is not voiced. So then the next one, we may say hamza. We may say hamza, or say ba. We elongate it, ba. Okay, so with fatha it becomes ba, because ba is a short form. The full form is baun, alifun, baun. So we tend to shorten the sounds. Okay, so we say ba, ta, tha, jim, ha. We pronounce ha properly because the letter ha comes from the middle part of the throat. So we allow, we expel a lungs full. We push air out of our throats when we pronounce this sound. Ha. We're going to talk about the articulation points. Inshallah, it may not necessarily be in this workshop. It may be in another workshop, probably in the Quran Tahfiz workshop. But because we just need to know how to pronounce it. Okay, so the ha comes from the throat. Ha. So let me go back a little bit. Jim, ha, kho, dal, zal, ro, za. Some may say zai. Okay, so there's no problem. there's no harm in saying zai or za, but we shouldn't say zain. It's not correct. Okay, so we say za, then raw. So again, za, raw, sin. Okay, let me go back again. Dal, dhal, raw, za, sin, shin, sod, bod. The dot is the most difficult letter to pronounce. The most difficult letter to pronounce. One of the letters of Huruf is dot, and it is said to be the most difficult letters to pronounce. So how to pronounce it? We use the left, side of the tongue to pronounce it. The left side, we kind of, move the tongue to, slightly towards the left. The left of our mouth, the left side. Okay, so we move it slightly towards the left. Say board. Okay. Okay, the next one, to, vo, ein. We don't say ein, it is ein. The full form is einun, and einun means I. Okay, ein, roin. The roin comes from the closest part of the throat, of the throat. Okay, Ain, Ghoin, Fa. We don't say Fa. It's not correct. We say Fa, Kof, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Ha, Wow. Okay, in some books, wow precedes her. Okay, but there's no her. I mean, it's mentioning wow first before her. You know, whichever way we choose to do it is fine. Okay, wow, her or her, wow, and yeah. Okay, so these letters, like I said, they are 29 in number. They have fragments. The first of them is mu'jama. We call them al-mu'jama. They, two, they have two fragments. So the first fragment, that means the letters. We have letters that are with nukta. They have nukta. Nukta, nukta means dots. And the other part, the other fragments, they are letters without nukta, letters without dots. They don't have dots. So the group of letters that have dots are subdivided into three. So we have muwahadat, those that have one dot, they are 10 in number. We have muthannayat, those that have two dots, they are three in number. And we have muthallathat, those that have three dots, they are two in number. So the first fragment, which is al-muhmala, it is letters that do not have dots, so they are 14 in number. Okay, so 10 plus 3 plus 2, that's 15. 15 plus 14, that's 29. Okay, that is why we say that the letters are 29 number. So the letters with one dot are ba, jim, kho, zal, za, bod, for, going, fa, and noon. Okay, so these are the letters that have one dot. They are 10 in number. Letters with two dots, letters with two dots are 3. They are ta, kof, and last one, yeah. Letters with three dots, there are 2, tha and shin. The remaining letters are letters without dots. So you've got to note them down, then do not forget. Okay, so these are letters without dots. Okay, now the essence of knowing these letters, and particularly how to pronounce them, is to know how to read the Quran and to be able to pronounce the Arabic words effortlessly, and to be able to speak exactly like a native Arab. Okay, so because we see that it is very important, like I said initially, that Allah SWT sent down the Quran in Arabic, as in the Quranic verse where Allah SWT says that inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. So let's look at the essence of Arabic accents. So why do we need to study Arabic, and why do we need to speak Arobiyyah effortlessly? So hey, it is not compulsory for you to sound like a native, to sound posh, to speak posh, to sound sophisticated. Okay, is not compulsory. Again, let me repeat it, let me say it again. It is not compulsory, it is not obligatory upon you to speak posh, to sound sophisticated. What we've got to do, what is important for you to know, is that you should be able to communicate in Arabic effortlessly. You should be able to understand and know how to speak Arabic. Do you understand? Okay, as a Muslim, as a believer. Okay, so that is what is important for you. So to speak is like a native, to not speak Arabic like a native is it's an added advantage. It's a blessing from Allah. So if Allah makes it possible for you to to achieve that, then you thank Him, you stick to it. Okay, so now let's look at it. If according to this donut chart, we see that Arabic accent is 30%. 30%. So let's look at fluency, that is 10%. Let's look at speed. Speed is 5%. Okay, what about the grammar? Okay, that grammar is also 30%. So you can see that grammar and accent are very, I know they're very important because they take the greatest percentage. Okay, fluency is greater than speed. That is, it's also important to be fluent in your speaking. When you say, oh mashallah, this guy is, you've got fluency. That is, you can speak, speak Arobiyyah, you flow swiftly. You don't, you don't struggle to, you don't lose grasp of words. They could write words to use in your communication. So gravity of Arabic accents, according to the donor charts, is what you've seen now. I know as shown here. So the last one is pronunciation. It's also important to be able to pronounce words, Arabic, words properly. You don't confuse words with one another. Learning how to speak with an Arabic accent is not only important for you as a Muslim student, it is an obligation, and of course, religious. It is religious because we have scholars that they have the view that we shouldn't learn any other language except it is darura. It is we're in a tight corner and we need to do it. We probably want to work in another country, or we are an expatriate. We need to understand, and we need to understand the language. We need to do it so that we can communicate, we can buy things from them, and learn and so on. So then we can do that. Anything other than that, Arabic language is what is best to learn, and is what is incumbent upon us to learn, because it's the language of the Quran, the language of the Prophet, and we are all required to learn the Hadith, the Quran, the Deen of Allah. So how would we be able to learn the Hadith, to learn the books of scholars if we didn't know or understand how the Arabic language? So that's the essence of this workshop, just to be able to speak like a native and understand the language. Now let's look at the muhimmat al-asliyah. So the big key basics, what we need to know. The first thing you need to know is al-huruf. You need to know how to pronounce the letters properly. It will really help you with your pronunciation, and it will really help you to read the Quran with tajweed. Okay, and the next one, insha'ul jumla, that is construction, how you construct your sentences, how you put words together to form sentences. So we're going to do that inshallah in our forthcoming class. We're going to learn how to construct words. So we do that brick by brick, gradually, inshallah. Then the next one is elision and concatenation. So that is how you connect words together or connect sounds together. You connect it, you carry a sound over to connect with another one. I want you to know that, for example, elation. For example, when we say, we have tons of examples in the Quran, examples of elation and catenation. So catenation is when you connect, you like the intrusion. It's like an intrusion when you need to connect sounds together, like a linking sound. Okay, so the elision is to put a sound, insert a sound into another, and we have, like I said, we have examples, a number of examples in the Quran. And let me just give an example. Maybe you want to say min rabbika, for example. Min rabbika. Maybe I want to say ja hadha min rabbik. Ja hadha min rabbik. If you want to say that, I may not necessarily say min ra. What I need to do is, what I have to do is connect or blend the sound, the first sound, into the other one. So I will say min rabbika instead of saying min rabbika, pronouncing the end sound. Okay, so I won't do that. I would say min rabbika. So to know how to make it easier for me to to flow. Do you get it? So that's it. So al huruf, that's particles. You need to learn huruf, the particles, the prepositions. How to to show the relationship between word, nouns and verbs and so on. So in a sentence, you get it. So for example, ذهبت إلى سوق أو زيارتي لبلاد الشام. Okay, something like that. So ila and li and so on, they are particle, they are like huruf, prepositions and so on. So we have a number of prepositions which we are going to learn inshallah in a forthcoming class. So Dama'ir, that is no, pronouns. So damir, that's the singular form of dama'ir, and they're also important to know. For example, anta, anti, antum, antume. So we need to know the dama'ir, the ones we use for male individuals and female individuals. So we don't use a damir that is meant for a boy for a girl. We use anta for a boy and anti for a girl. So when I say ana, it means I. That's the first person singular, speaker. Nahnu, that's the plural form of ana. We, so that's first person plural for the speakers. Okay, so anta, you, second person singular for auntie. That's for a female. Okay, auntie. You get it? So we use it like that. Antume for both male and female. Antum, all of you, as male individuals, all of you, second person plural. Antunna, all of you, for female, women. Okay, more than two. So hua for he, third person singular. Huma, two of them, for male individuals, two male individuals. Then whom for males, male individuals, people, men, for men. Okay, so we use that. That's the third person plural. That's for female individual, we say hiya, she, huma, both of them, and hunna, all of them. And we have examples of that in the Quran where it says hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahun. Okay, so we need to know how to use these pronouns distinctively, so that we don't make mistakes and we don't commit blunders and bloomers in our communication. So this is why we need to learn this Arobiyyah Al-Fushah. May Allah make us beneficiaries of his rahmah and barakah. May Allah make us knowledgeable ones and raise our knowledge.
929. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.